thank you to everyone for joining us today. We have our career Q&A with Melissa Baranchia from Auto Construction. Melissa is currently in a project manager position, and we're going to discuss the project manager role a little bit today. So first, thanks for joining us, Melissa. And if we could start, maybe you could tell us a little bit about your background and how you got to where you are today.
Yeah, well, thank you for this opportunity. I'm glad to be here. After college, I had worked for a bank, believe it or not, and I went through a management trainee program to become an assistant manager. And I had relocated to Chico, not very far from Sacramento, but far enough away from home. And so I was working in the baking industry for a little while and realized that I wanted more, and had found out that auto was hiring. And when I was growing up, I had family that was in construction, so you can say it's kind of in my blood. Both of my grandpas worked for the construction battalion naval division, and my dad worked for a general contractor. So I grew up with construction. So I was pleased to be able to have an interview and get hired by Auto Construction. So, I mean, I had seen it growing up, but I was still very much a green engineer when I first started. And so somebody had suggested to me the UC Davis Construction Management Certificate Program, or through the UC Davis Extension Program. And so I did that while I was working, and just got some really good knowledge and being able to apply what I was learning as I was going through the program and being out at the job site. It was fantastic. So, I've been in the industry now for, this is my 14th year with Auto Construction. And that's pretty much how I got to where I am today.
Awesome. Could you tell us a little bit about Auto Construction and what life is like there working for them?
Yeah, so working for Auto Construction has been great. They definitely treat their employees very well, and you feel like family working there. Auto has been in the industry for 73 years. They started in 1947, and they are a family-owned business. So it's always nice to be able to, when you go into the office, to see Allison Auto and sometimes Carol Auto in there, and being able to, say hi to them. It's always an open door policy, to where everybody's available to be able to talk. So you really do feel like family working there.
Great. And does Auto specialize in any certain types of construction?
Yeah, I mean, we do everything from design build to the traditional delivery methods. We've done hospitals, we've done senior care facilities, schools, definitely do higher ed. I mean, that's pretty much everything I can think of right now.
Take us through what a normal day, kind of typical day looks like for you.
The fortunate thing for me is I get to work at the job sites or out at the job site, and being out there, you get to see the construction going firsthand. So when we do get out on site, the team will do a huddle up, kind of check in, see where we're at with the, what's going to be going on for the day, check in to see if there's anything coming up for the week or the month that we need to really hone in on. And then we kind of disperse from there. We check emails. From there, it could be anything from getting into coordination meetings with subcontractors, doing a stakeholder meeting, and coordinating that with the subcontractors too. So that way we're hearing both, who's going to be building it, what the end game is for the end users. We'll also do pull planning sessions, so that way we can pull back from either completion, so we can see where we're at with the overall schedule or for the next 6 weeks. And then from there, I'll either be doing, cost control to check the budget. I'll be working on change orders, looking at the schedule, coordinating with subs, working through conflicts, or just doing some coordination to know what we need for on the horizon.
Great. So it seems like you're pretty passionate about what you do. What do you love about your job and what you're currently doing?
I love the fact that we get to work with so many different people in this industry. You know, it's not just working with the same subcontractors. You get to work with different subcontractors, different people. You have a lot of different walks of life and experience that are in that trailer working together. Also being able to get to see different projects to where it's not the same thing year after year. You know, an example of that would be, you know, early on in my career, I got to do the Sacramento Zoo giraffe barn, you know, and right now I'm part of the team that's working on the North Natomas Community Center, to where we're doing an Olympic-sized pool. So definitely two different ends of the spectrum, and it just makes it makes it interesting, and it's always very exciting and fun. And then, you know, the fact that we get to start at the very beginning with a lot of the owners, and we get to see, you know, what they're passionate about, what is driving this passion through getting this project complete, you know, getting to see their excitement through construction and the progress that's happening. And then being able to get to share in the excitement of the community when they do open the doors and that facility can be actively used. The other thing that I do love about at least being in the position that I am is the mentoring factor, and the fact that, you know, I get the opportunity to see project engineers that are starting out as project interns and see their growth and their successes. It's very exciting to me. And, you know, you start to kind of feel like they're that younger sibling, you know, to where you're just proud to see their growth.
Great. So a lot of people that'll be watching this are currently in high school. What are some of the steps that they would need to take to get onto the project manager career route?
So definitely my career path was a little odd, not the typical CM degree. But what I would say is that if they are going through a CM program, definitely the interning with a general contractor. You know, being able to get that experience as they're learning. I mean, I did that through the UC Davis extension program, and I felt like I got so much more than just sitting in a classroom and just, you know, reading about things. I actually got to apply that out at the job site. So definitely being able to intern to where you've got boots on a job site, you know, versus being in an office. I think there's definitely value there. I would also say just for the students that are coming in, you know, make the effort to make the phone calls. You know, you can get a lot more out of a quick 5-10 minute phone call with a subcontractor versus, you know, a string of emails sometimes. And then also just having that drive and that eagerness to want to be the first one to offer up your assistance to help. You don't realize, you know, when you're doing that one, how valuable you become as a teammate, but also, you know, just what you'll experience by going down that path.
Great. Other than some of the procedural things that you just talked about, are there any ways that students need to prepare themselves mentally or physically or emotionally for something similar to that career path?
You're gonna meet different people, and you know, not everyone's gonna have that soft approach. So, you know, just letting things kind of roll off your back. You know, if somebody makes a comment, you know, you got to kind of sometimes let it go and you know, realize that we're all working towards a common goal of getting a project completed.
Great. Well, thank you again so much for taking the time with us today. Just one final question. You know, is there anything that you want to share with us about being a project manager that we didn't discuss, or any other words of advice for those who are considering a career within the built environment?
I mean, I would say that, you know, like I mentioned before, you get to meet a lot of different people that have a lot of vast experience, and it may not be the same experience that you have, which is great because they may have another way to get or to approach something. And so by being able to actively listen to somebody that might have another idea and be able to openly weigh those things. I feel like I've learned so much, even still to this day, learning so much from just talking and actively listening to different people and their thoughts, to where, it just makes your career path more successful, and that of others that you get to pass that information that you learn along.
Great. Well, thank you again so much. This again was an interview with project manager Melissa Baranchia from Auto Construction, and we look forward to seeing everyone on our next Career Q&A.
Thanks, Jordan.